What's up, everybody? I'm Aiden.
I'm Ethan. And I'm Isaiah.
And today we're going to be learning about ferns.
Alternation of generations. What does this even mean? Well, it's a life cycle that can be found in terrestrial plants and some algae, in which generations of individuals alternate between haploid and diploid organisms. So in general, the sporophytes create spores, while the gametophytes create gametes. So let's dig deeper into what are sporophytes and gametophytes. First are the sporophytes. So to form a sporophyte, two haploid gametes come together to create a diploid zygote. Usually, haploid organisms are defined by having an N number of chromosomes. And since we have two gametes of the same species together, they will have twice as much genetic material. Another thing about the sporophyte is that it's considered a multicellular organism that is formed from many rounds of mitosis on the zygote. Thus, the sporophyte individual remains a 2N organism. A key point when alternations of generation begin to take place is when the sporophyte reaches maturity. By this, we mean that the sporophyte has developed an organ called the sporangia, which is used to create single-celled haploid spores. They will then be released and carried away, where they will reach an environment that meets their needs and begin developing into the gametophyte. The gametophytes represent the next generation in the alternation of generations. This is where the haploid spores will be created. This spore will then begin to go through rounds of mitosis to form a new multicellular individual, the gametophyte. They are the ones responsible for creating the gametes. They are produced through the gamangia, which is special to the gametophyte. The gametes that are created will then be spread into the environment. This cycle will then go on, because when the gametes find an opposite gamete, they will begin the process of fusing to form another zygote, which will then become a sporophyte, and the cycle continues.
Plants can be produced both sexually and asexually. Plant sexual reproduction is similar as it is to animals, with female and male parts, which can be in the same area or separated. Male pollen converges with the female ovarian germ cells, which then allows the plant to inherit genes from both parents. The zygote will then become a seed, which will be dispersed by a bunch of things, like wind. In asexual reproduction, instead of male and female parts, a piece of the plant might grow off of the original plant through mitosis. This will either be from the stem, the roots, or the leaves. For a fern example, ferns reproduce via spores. These spores have male and female gametes, during which the sporophyte stage, the sporangium of the underside of the leaves, go through mitosis, which produce the spores, which are then expelled through the environment.
This is the gametophyte stage. So once the spore germinates, there's a structure called a prothalis, which is a heart-shaped little thing. So inside there's two sex gametes, the female and the male one, which is the archegonium and the antheridium. Inside the archegonium is a flask-shaped little thingamajig, right? So inside there's a little egg and there's a neck canal. Little sperm swim down the neck canal and fertilize this egg, which becomes a zygote and turns into the sporophyte and completes the cycle. The end.